The only natural human response to evil is management, control. It's one of the basic things, one of the basic movements of our human choices day in and day out. Like I said, whether they're at the front of our mind or the back of our mind, we live in a world that demands us to think about those things every day. And that is completely opposite to the other side of human life, which is not a life of management or control, but a life of surrender. Because as this much is true regarding the stuff we try to get through, so also the opposite of true with all of the things that we love. If things are going bad, if things are going wrong, if things are not going in the way that they're supposed to, we control that, we manage that. But if things are great, if it's something that we love and that we want and that is good, we don't control that. We surrender to it. We entrust ourselves to it. We specifically don't try to control the good. We don't try to minimize the good. We don't try to put a clamp on it. We don't try to make it stop. We actually want it to be more, don't we? We want it to be bigger, to be grander. We want it to be diffusive in us and to go out and to be able to participate with other people in whatever that good thing is. And it's these two fundamental ways that we're constantly feeling like we're going back and forth on. Do I have to control this, or can I surrender to it? And on Laetare Sunday this year, we, I think, are having a different appreciation as to what that exactly means in the concrete of our lives. Because haven't we all felt for a while now like we've been managing in some way? It's just the world we're in. But here's the thing about management. Nobody ever wants to give their life over to that. None of us has ever planned for that as being what we want. How many of you as a child woke up every morning and said, I can't wait to grow up and just manage in life? Nobody has that dream. We all know that we have not been made to manage. Because we know this, if we're managing, it's not something that is pleasant. What we know, what we dream about, even if we don't use this word, what we dream about in life is to just be able to surrender. Because the only things that we ever surrender to and want to surrender to is what's good, what's beautiful, what's worthy, what's desirous, what we know we've been made for, the things we want to expand and last. Jesus says this. He uses the very image of the best kind of news that we receive in our own lives. And he says, do you know that kind of good news? The good news that happens that we share with each other when there's a new life coming to birth. This great hope and anticipation. That's kind of how good this news is. It's like that experience of knowing that someone's going to be born. But instead, it's like you being born. It's like you seeing the good news that's happening to you. Being able to participate in that in a way that you didn't remember as an infant. You can be born again. You can have that much good news in your life. And it's not the kind of birth that's going to be in the flesh. It's going to be a rebirth in your heart, a rebirth in your spirit. It's going to be a kind of surrender that informs your life no matter what kind of circumstances are out there. Because all those things in life that I feel like I have to manage don't last. The only things in life that really last are the things I get to surrender to. And so this is exactly how we love each other. This is exactly how we come to those deepest gifts that are given to us in this world. By surrendering in love to someone else. And by receiving the surrender of their love for us. And we don't have to control that. We don't have to manage that. The only thing that we want to do is we want to make that grow and get bigger and more lasting and stronger. And we want that to spread out. And we want other people to be a part of that. Because Jesus anoints that very thing. It's the very thing that he says, when I come to bring eternal life, this is kind of part of what it means. To be able to look your life and my life in the eye, face to face, and say, you want to know what? My circumstances don't tell me the final story. My management doesn't have the final say. Because I've been made for more than that. And Jesus can give it to me because he's that good and he's that powerful and that willing.